welcome back to an Entr Tech update. It's been a while since we did one of these. Last one was in November in Cape Town. Now I'm in the beautiful Sri Lanka. My flight's been cancelled back due to the Iran conflict, so I've got a bit more time. But I want to give you a bit of an update from the last week. We had some amazing success stories coming out of Entr Tech. From our last cohort, 3 of the students landed roles before the end of the 6 weeks. One of those was in 3 weeks, which is absolutely insane. And within the last 10 days, we've had 8 offers go out to Entr Tech alumni, which is just amazing. And I think some of the success stories are really ramping up. I think typically February and March is a great time for tech companies to hire new talents. Really excited to see how the new hires get on. And some of the backgrounds, I'll give you some context. Sarah was working in a call center, another mum, I think she's a mum of 2 or 3, so she wanted to get a bit more flexibility in her life to work remote and hybrid. So she's got an amazing tech job. We're really excited for her. Also had Aminata, who was a teacher and worked in the educational space, so she's now joining another fintech, which is super exciting. Jerry is another one. He's actually a football referee who works in professional sport. He was in China last week. Jerry, if you're watching this, hope you got back safe. And he again is going into fintech. So quite a few, 3 of the last she gone into fintech, which is really exciting. Actually 4. The other one is Daniel, working at Revolut. So amazing success stories. If you look at Revolut, they're one of the biggest tech companies in Europe and one of the so-called neobanks. They're worth around 100 billion. So one of the biggest tech companies operating in London and in the fintech space obviously gives me massive faith of what we built at Entr Tech. And it's coming up to our 4-year anniversary, so super cool to see massive companies like Revolut hiring Entr Tech students, and just a massive kudos to the team that works behind the scenes to make sure the students are satisfied, have the support with the job search, and they're feeling equipped for the industry. So really exciting. Trying to list some others. Nigel was a professional footballer, played 7 different levels. He was also landed a great job just a little bit further outside of London. Kamaldin worked at Pret, so he's the second person that's gone through a hospitality background. He's joined a US firm operating in London. Hope he doesn't mind me saying, but his role will be earning north of 45k as a base salary, and within the first year he's going to be looking at 65 to 70. So if he does well, super aggressive growth there. And that's the main reason why we do these programs, is to help people with no experience, no background whatsoever. If you look at Daniel, for example, he's a recent grad. The market's so tough at the moment, but to see someone like him walk into a job at one of the largest tech companies in Europe so quickly after graduating from our program is amazing. Really validates what we're doing. Kamaldin, for example, came from a hospitality background. He will be on path to be earning 6 figures within 18 months. His first year hopefully should be hitting up to 65, 70. So really exciting stuff, guys. And I think from my end, I'm really excited with the growth of AI. Lots of people are scared about the evolving nature of AI, but I think there's going to be even more demand for people to upskill, develop their skill sets. You can learn a high value skill like sales in a high value industry like technology. It's the perfect combination. There's this saying where everyone who was, I think it was in the 1800s, 1900s, during the gold rush in the US, the ones that made most successful was the people selling the shovels, not the owners of the gold mines. So probably butchered that, but essentially it means if you can implement or sell or ship AI, you're going to be in such a strong place. So obviously we teach sales for technology at Entr Tech. We're also launching some really exciting AI programs coming out in the next couple of weeks. So from our side, we're really excited with our success stories. I just believe that there's never been a better time to enter the tech industry. I think it's going to get even more competitive as we go on. So if you've been thinking about career change, the next 12 to 18 months is probably the best time to break in. Even the way AI evolves every day, it's getting more intelligent and smarter. So the longer you leave yourself outside of the industry, the trickier it is to get in, because there's going to be a lot of people also switching careers from consulting jobs. A lot of them are getting automated. People are realizing you can work from anywhere in the world, earn very well, but also have the time freedom, location freedom to work in your own schedule. So a lot of people are now moving into software sales. The career progression is there. You're working with smart, interesting people from all over the world. When I was working in software sales, I'd be calling someone from Sydney in the morning, New York in the afternoon. So there's a lot of sort of interdynamics between different countries, different cultures. So if you like traveling, you like interacting with people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, it's a great place to be. Going into it, if you're a professional athlete, for example, we've helped two from our last cohort get into roles who are athletes or working in sports. There's so many transferable skills. So sportsmen and women are really competitive. They're really results focused. They're very driven, and they also are very resilient. And they're into self-development and improving every day. And that's what you have to do to be very successful in the software space. If you're watching this for the first time and you've never heard me speak about software sales, you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to have any technical background to get into tech. That's the biggest misconception. People think, oh, can't be me. I was selling cactus water door to door after my degree before I got into tech sales. It changed my earning potential, built an amazing network of people through the industry and across the world. Really loved the flexibility it gave me, as well as the financial rewards. The flexibility was the best. You could work from anywhere in the world, and it's allowed me to fly to amazing places like New York, Chicago, and some amazing places around Europe, which has been amazing. So for me, if you're looking to transition from a traditional 9 to 5, you're in an industry which hasn't been, I guess, developed yet through AI, or has been automated through I should say. Think about tech sales, every sector in the world. It could be hospitality, it could be marketing, it could be recruitment and HR. All of these industries are getting automated by AI. So if you can understand AI, but also sell it, you're going to be in such a great space. So it depends what your sector or niche is. FinTech, obviously, is financial technology. That's the niche I was in. But the main thing I'd say is, at the moment, sales hasn't been automated by AI. There'll always be a need for a human. Trust is so important in sales. A lot of the engineering jobs are going in a lot of these tech companies, but sales will always be there. They'll need people to ship AI and sell it. You look at the CEO of Lovable, he just said that they're doubling down on sales and marketing budgets and going big on deploying and going to market, because a lot of their engineering roles are being automated now by AI. So you're going to see a massive shift to client-facing sales and marketing roles in technology, and a lot of automation from the coding and engineering jobs. So if you think about tech, think towards the future. There'll always be a need for go-to-market skills, marketing and sales skills. If we can help at any point, drop me a message, DM me, follow Entr Tech. As I said, we're launching our next cohort within the next 24 hours, which is super exciting. We will be onboarding students for the next 7 days. So if you're thinking about a career in technology, drop me a message, drop our team a message. We've had hundreds of people come through with no background in technology. People that thought they could never do it. That's probably the biggest divide, is people not thinking that they can get into technology. So it's like a self-belief standpoint. That's where a lot of people, I guess, fail at the first hurdle. But also from a accountability and a knowledge standpoint, obviously we can help you with that. Thanks for watching this. We'll see you guys soon. I'll show you the view here. It's absolutely insane. Take a look at this. Due to the craziness of the war in Iran and everything going on, hope everyone's safe, happy and healthy.